Hi y'all, and welcome to my channel. This is Lovely. I've never been the type to draw attention to myself, so this is pretty hard for me to do, but we are going to overcome a fear by doing this. As many of you guys can already see, I have a lazy eye, and so that already just makes it so difficult to be confident and to be on media, be on the camera, to socialize, and to just put myself out there. So I'm doing this by the strength of God. If it wasn't for God, I would not be here talking to you guys right now through a camera. Also, just to make this video a little smooth, I did write some notes down. So if I look down or if I look to the side, that's just me trying to make sure I get my thoughts together. Now, I have struggled with my physical appearance. So this is going to be a challenge, but I am up for the challenge, okay? And I wanted to put myself out there and do something that scares me and hopefully will help me overcome some insecurities that I do have. I have been conformed to my insecurities rather than being conformed to God. So that is why I am sitting here, because I am now going to allow God to use me in the way that He has been trying to. I am going to defeat the spirit of fear, the spirit of uncertainty, the spirit of insecurity, and the spirit of doubt. I truly am ready to let God use me. For a while, I did let the spirit of fear dictate my choices, how I talk, how I react to people, how I do certain things, even how I minister to people through God, and how to be a servant for God. I'm no longer going to allow the spirit of fear control me anymore. Fear does not come from God. So if you are struggling with something in your life, maybe you want to take that leap of faith and do something maybe God has called you to do, or maybe it's something that you want to overcome but you're too scared to do. I'm telling you right now that fear does not come from God, and we are choosing to now defeat the spirit of fear and breaking out of our shell. We can do it. Anything that is negative, anything that's fearful, does not come from God. I won't sit here and lie to y'all and tell y'all that I'm not uncomfortable, because it is very uncomfortable. I am typically the type of person who is going to walk into public, walk into a society, into a grocery store, whatever the case may be, and look down. I'm always looking down. Even at a point, I was at the gym one time and I ran into one of the equipments. That's what lack of confidence is going to make you do. You're going to be out here looking crazy and looking real sad, because that was embarrassing for me, okay? And then from there, I knew that I just needed to just kind of start embracing me a little bit and not worrying about what other people think, and trying to find confidence and have that leap of faith in me. Primarily, the reason why I am sitting here is because for a long while, the Spirit has been speaking to me. The Holy Spirit has placed this in my heart actually several times, and I don't typically understand it. And there's going to be a lot of times where God is going to place something into your heart and you may not understand it, but it is for us to just seek through it and to be obedient to God, even when it's uncomfortable, or even when we don't understand the task. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ. That's in Philippians 4:7. Now, that is exactly where I'm at right now. I may not understand, but it's okay. God knows all things, and He is a God with purpose. He distills things in us with purpose, and He wouldn't have me sitting here if it wasn't for a purpose. God knows how hard it will be for me to open up, but He doesn't give us more than we can handle. And I do want to read Psalms 139:14. It says, "I was fearfully and wonderfully made. My works are wonderful, so I know that I can do this." That is me saying, I know I can do this, even if it's going to be hard. For many people, it's not hard, but for me, it is, because I obviously have a lazy eye. So that's where the challenge comes from. Now, in this moment, I am not doing it for myself. I'm no longer living for myself. I'm living according to God's purpose. It's not necessarily about me. We are here by God's purpose for his purpose. So he is going to call you. He is going to choose you to lead out that purpose he has for you. If you think you're on this earth just lally-dallying, just walking around freely with no plan or purpose, you are misguided. Every last one of us, every being on this earth has a plan and a purpose that comes from God. And when he calls you, you have to be obedient. And that's why I'm sitting here. I am going to be obedient. I do just want to highlight a little bit about myself here. So just the terminology of a lazy eye is called strabismus. This is the lazy eye. It is my left eye. Now, strabismus is either a disorder or a condition in which the eyes don't look in the same direction at the same time. Causes for strabismus can vary from nerve injury or dysfunction of the muscle. Honestly, in my case, I don't know what caused my eye to shift, but it did start shifting at a very early age. I was a little girl when my eye began to turn. In this factor, it is a misaligned eye, and for misaligned eyes, there's 4 types of strabismus. You have hypertropia, which is a downward strabismus. So if your eye's looking down, then that's hypertropia. Now, if your eyes, there's exotropia when your eye is looking outward, and that is the type of strabismus I have, because clearly my eye is looking outwards. And there's hypotropia is when your eye is looking upwards, and then there's exotropia when your eye is looking inwards. So in this case, I just wanted to be extremely transparent about my insecurities so that I could overcome the fact that I am going to be on camera and begin embracing this journey overall. I want to allow God to use me. I want to be that open vessel, and I want to be extremely transparent and vulnerable in this moment. And that's exactly what I am going to do. You can leave a comment if you have any questions. I would love to get involved, answer whatever questions you guys may have. And in this case, I believe that strabismus is not permanent. It is not a cosmetic issue, but it is a medical issue. When the muscle in the eye is weakened, or if there's damage there, or whatever the case may be, nerve damage, then your muscle cannot hold or retain the eye to keep it straight. So in this case, it is something that can be fixed and corrected with corrective eye surgery. I've seen many people go through this process just like me, who have been vulnerable, who gives their testimony and then go through the process of correcting their eye through surgery. I pray that I can be one of those people and soon get my eye fixed. I'm seeking prayers out here, y'all. If y'all can pray for me, please. All the prayer would be super appreciated. I thank you guys so much, because I want to be able to have the correct connect and getting my eye corrected, because I know that God can, and there's nothing too impossible for him to do. So I'm putting my hope and my faith in him. I do have my Bible right here, and I am going to read Psalms 23. This is self-encouragement for me to keep me going and to continue pushing me through this moment. Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Thank you guys so much for listening, and please stay tuned for some more content as I am putting myself out there for the very first time, and I will see y'all next time. Love you guys, but God loves you more.